Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. I don't know when you're watching. My name is Mike at Filmboy24, and today it is time for another found film episode. It's number 31. That's 31 times we've done this little fun project. And today it's color and it's ECN-2. That's right, we're back with found film number 31. That means since the invent of this little sort of episodic or series, we've done this 31 times now as of today. Well, my today is going to be a little bit different than your today, but anyway. So before I get started, I do want to mention a couple of very quick things that I'm working on. I've decided I want to do another like last year, I think it was, I did a 10 camera, one roll of film, fun little project where I took one roll of 50D, I believe it was, and I shot that single roll in 10 different Super 8 cameras. I'm going to do that again with either 15 or 20 Super 8 cameras, one roll of film, maybe 200T, not positive yet, but I really first need to figure out if I have 20 Super 8 cameras. Well, I do, but I gotta make sure I have 20 working Super 8 cameras. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna do a whole bunch of cameras with one roll of film. I've also been planning for quite some time and finally getting to it, doing a video on exactly how I spool down a 100-foot roll of 16mm film onto, the 100-foot daylight spools. I do it without a split reel. It's really not that hard to do if you don't want to, spend the $100 and get a split reel, which is probably the easiest way to do it. But I'm going to show you exactly how I do it without that. It just takes two regular reels and a daylight spool. All right, that's enough about that. Just stay tuned. That's coming soon-ish. If you've watched any of my found film episodes in the past, you know that this film comes from all kinds of different places. It's left in camera bags over the years. People will shoot a roll, put it in the camera bag, and for one reason or another never get it processed, or they'll leave a roll inside their camera and it's fully exposed, but they never get it processed. Life goes on and things happen. This particular little 3-roll batch of film is some Ektachrome 7240. Now, this was originally processed as a VNF1 process, which is video news film. It's a process that's no longer available, although there are formulas available. You could, make it, I guess, yourself. I'm not really that interested in doing it. You can process this particular film in ECN-2, which is exactly what I did today. It doesn't come out perfect. The colors are going to be shifted a little bit. They're not going to be perfect. It's kind of like processing the old Ektachrome 160 in E6. You don't get perfect colors, but you do get some color, and I think it's probably a little bit better than doing it in black and white. So that's what I did. Now I have 3 rolls in front of me, and I don't remember if you remember, well, I don't know if you remember, but when I did my little 7 in 7 series where I took a new and different roll of found film and processed it every day for 7 days, and we had a video every day for 7 days. Roll number, I believe it was this one. Roll number 6 in that series was this. Let me show you a very quick clip. I'll put it right here somewhere of what we got with this, and it'll kind of jog your memory. It was some people in a city at a market, and then there was some protesting over the war, and I believe it was 2000 and something. I'll put the date of when I believe it was shot. 2002, I believe. This film was manufactured in 2002, and when I say that, I mean this actual film that was inside these carts, because it has the edge code of a circle, a square, and a circle. That means 2002. Settle down. I had another roll. Now, I bought this film last year sometime. I don't remember exactly. I think it was the end of last year, and it came these 3 rolls. This was the second roll. Now, if you followed my channel, you know that I've talked about this roll a bit. This was actually the very first roll I processed, and I've never shown it. This was a partially exposed roll. At least I thought so. So I popped it into my Super 8 camera, and I took it out in the backyard and was just going to finish the roll on some stuff. Well, it only went for like, you know, 5 seconds. So for the most part, this was fully exposed as well. I processed this roll a couple months ago, actually, and I never showed it, but I've been promising that I would show it eventually, and eventually is today. So you're going to see it. Now, I told you it was filmed indoors, so it's very dark. It's not real easy to see. I wish it wasn't, because it's kind of neat. I wish it had sound, and you'll see why in just a second, but it doesn't. It's all silent. And then for today's particular video, or film, I did this roll, the third roll. Now, they had numbers on them. A couple of them did. This says number 6. The original user or somebody wrote that on there. This one says number 3 on it. I don't know what those meant. They really didn't mean anything to me, but this is the one we're doing today officially, although this one you'll see too. Came out decent. I'm going to show you, once I'm finished showing you the films, I'm going to show you how it scanned and what I had to work with originally, and kind of the color shifts and what you can expect to end up with if you process this old 7240 stuff in ECN-2 chemicals. Speaking of that, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but if you're interested in learning how to load a Lomo tank, which is the 50-foot tank that I put this film in, I'll pop a link up here somewhere to exactly how you can learn. You can learn how to extract the film out of one of these cartridges, and then you can learn how to load the tank, and you know, I got some developing videos. Now, I did this in ECN-2. I make my own brew. So it's sort of my home brew. It's a published recipe. I tweaked it a tiny little bit, but it's very simple. I also did a video on that, the entire process of me going through the chemicals and weighing them out and mixing them, and then the final result, and we use it, and we do that all in one video with chapter markers. If you want to see that, if you're on a computer, you'll be able to see it. Otherwise, I think you hit the little I. But anyway, I'll pop a little link for that video up there somewhere. Check it out. This was regular standard ECN-2 at full temperature. And like I say, I'm relatively happy with the result. Like I say, it's not the originally intended process for this. In fact, Kodak doesn't recommend that you use ECN-2 on this film, which is exactly why I did use ECN-2 on this film. Before we get into what is on our roll for today, let me show you what I got on this very first roll that I processed. This is not the 7 and 7 roll, but let me show you what I got on this very first darkish roll, 7240, right now. See what I mean? That would have been fun to have some audio because we could, you know, do a little dance. That's enough. We could, yeah, it's not my forte. But obviously a little bar band or something. Maybe you recognize them. I don't know. This one, the original one that we showed in our 7 and 7, I believe was in and around the Sacramento, California area. So if in somewhere around 2002, you knew of a little band that liked to perform in little venues, you recognize anyone, put it down in the comments down there. Or maybe your friends know, so share the video. Now we have this. This one was filmed outside, so it comes in a little clearer. It's not perfect, but a little clearer. Okay, give me a break. And in the interest of trying to make these videos a tiny bit shorter for you, so you don't have to listen to so much of my cousins, next door neighbors, best friends, uncles, I'm just going to show you the film. This is what we got from today's film. Here it is. Not bad, right? Okay, all right, settle down. There's a hair in the gate. I know, somebody didn't clean the gate before they put the film in. So there's this big wonky hair right in the middle of the gate in most of the scenes. It's very interesting. A little bit of traffic going by. I don't know if they were, rest stop. They were just filming traffic or a country rural road or something. Anyway, the beginning was, some traffic. Then we get into the zoo and some ostriches. I think that's what those are, right? What's the other large bird that doesn't fly? And then finally, we have a really interesting mime school thing outdoors. Bunch of mimes. I don't know. I couldn't hear them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Before I go, let me show you how that film turns out. It's got a lot of magenta cast to it when you do this, or purpley even, sort of cast to it. Let me show you what I had to work with directly out of the scanner. In fact, I'll just put it right here somewhere so you can see. You see how, yeah, I had a lot of work to do. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect at color grading, color correcting. So again, I did the best I could. I hope you enjoyed that. I would like for you to leave me a comment down in the, can you see it under there? It's actually under there in the comment section. And then over there somewhere, God, I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. I want you to do me one thing for sure. Please, it's free. Yep, tap the like button. If, of course, you liked it. If you didn't like it, then unlike it, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care. If you would, and if you feel like I've earned it, how about do me another huge favor? See this? That's just a picture. You can't really click it, but if you would subscribe, if you want to hang out and do some fun film related activities, I got some cool stuff coming. I try to post as much as I possibly can, and lately, it's only been about once a week, maybe even a tad longer, but I'm trying to get back into maybe twice a week. I've been super busy. I scan a lot of film for people. I process film now for people. So I've been staying quite busy, and I'm doing my best to get as many videos out as I can, but I also don't want to put just junk videos out. So I put them out kind of when I can. I don't make any money really from this channel, so it's more just my fun stuff, and I like to share what I like to do. That was a weird do. Anyway, until the very next time that I see, and I point a lot, and my dad told me I should stop years ago. But anyway, until the very next time that I see all of your beautifully subscribed and unsubscribed, shouldn't be, faces. There it is. That's it. I'll see all of you on the very next go-around.